Look at this, consolidates the hold on 80% Hindu votes. This is the Kashi Vishwanath corridor where you say you walk the talk. You're not appeasing anybody, but you are telling the Hindu you don't need to be apologetic about being a Hindu. There is no appeasement that is happening, and your corridor will be made. Your faith will also be respected just like every other faith. Woo's 15% Jat votes in Western UP, but he's actually gone ahead and redrawn these caste dimensions. He's come out and said, I'm looking at you whether you have it and whether you don't have it, have not. Can I help the have-nots, and can I ask the haves to work with me to help the have-nots so that everybody has something? Everybody is socially uplifted. That's his way. Pulls away at least 8% Dalit votes from the BSP. Why? Because there is no Dalit politics anymore. That's what is the learning, ladies and gentlemen. It's purely the dynamics of the engineering, of electoral engineering is changing. It's gender, it is about haves and have-nots, and it is about what is the benefit that is accrued to who. Increases BJP's vote share by 3%. Imagine 40% and you come near about so 43, 44%. That's what is the relentless development push giving. Vikas plus Vishwas model, nearly 30 rallies in a month. And the crowds that came out. And there are people on ground. Reporters across any channel, any digital platform will admit that there were people, there were cadre who said, Modi Yogi aayenge, tab hum unko vote denge. They have sent back local cadre. So it's the Modi Yogi vote, and more importantly, it's the Prime Minister Narendra Modi vote in Uttar Pradesh that really works. And it's shown. All 8 Banaras defended.
Oh, absolutely. Banaras seats, all 5 city seats in Varanasi have been won by the BJP. Across cities, you would expect the BJP to do well in the urban pockets, but this is the Prime Minister's constituency. Remember, he's been a member of Parliament now for 8 years, winning all 5, and I can bet you that even the skeptics would have been swayed by that last day rally that he had the Friday before the election happened. In Allahabad, the BJP, out of the 6 seats there, losing only 1. In Kanpur, again, there are 8 seats in Kanpur, the BJP losing only 1. You go back and check in Lucknow as well. I think the last I checked in Lucknow, it was 2 seats where the BJP had lost. The remaining 2 seats the BJP had lost. The remaining 6 seats the BJP has won. In Moradabad, of course, the SP has done better than expected. And in Ghaziabad, Noida, again, all seats won by the BJP. In Agra too, all seats won by the BJP. So clearly in the urban pockets, and as you would expect, the BJP has done well. But in Uttar Pradesh, the real story is the way in which the party has dominated the rural seats. Out of the 300 rural seats, 308, the BJP has won almost 200. So 2 out of 3 rural seats for a party that was considered an urban party, initially a Brahmin Baniya party, today has now become the tentpole party in rural agrarian Uttar Pradesh. And that I think we should ask our commentators to weigh in on.
Yes, and coming on this, Shantanu, ये जो माहौल है, जो सब लोग बोलता था कि ठीक है बीजेपी शायद अर्बन पॉकेट्स में ठीक कर लेगी लेकिन रूरल में नहीं है. You have swept rural UP.
I think, Maria, the narrative is already quite old. I think this is pre-2014, and the kind of efficient delivery that Narendra Modi is making and then Yogi Adityanath is making is phenomenal. And I was seeing your videos. You were sitting with a lot of women folks in the field, and kudos to all the team of News 18, Hindi and English both. You traveled far and wide. I'm sure you must have seen how the benefits have reached, and I'm sure you know a lot of these benefits go to the account of the women folks.
Yes.
And when you go in daytime, largely these are the people you meet. And village after village, village after village.
Yojana is in the name of the woman of the house.
Exactly. And you know, the women folks know the name. At times, me, the analyst, didn't know so many policies and schemes that the women folks knew by the name of the scheme.
Yes. And you know, this is an interesting anecdote. Let me share as well. Yeah. So I was meeting a group of women in Mau. And they told me, ye mila, pura reason bata diya. And then they say, maybe I will think about whether I should go this way or not. The son in the house, who is a B.Ed, and unemployed, says that I'm going to ensure that my mothers come this way because they have counted the benefits already. So for those who may have traveled in these parts, they would have come to a conclusion immediately. But that is their faith. They are talking about all the benefits. And the son is also talking about कि हम unemployed जरूर हैं, लेकिन वो pandemic की वजह से शायद employment नहीं मिला. Advaita, I am looking at the faith aspect here. that bharosa in government and governance is phenomenal that I have not seen. You know, I saw it in Bihar and I saw it again in UP.
And Maria, if I can add, this is
You know,
also
I mean, the thing is that, you know, a lot of the media was trying to pick up this narrative of COVID and the deaths and the devastation, but what they didn't pick up on was the fact that Yogi Adityanath was a man on the ground. He pivoted their district centers into COVID watch centers. He used to hit the road, drive down. I remember he related this story about how they got to know of an elderly couple who lived alone, who had both tested positive, and he rushed to their home. And in their home, he knocked on the door, they opened the door, and there was the Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh standing there. And they said, please go home, stay safe, we'll be fine. We know we don't have to step out of our home and isolate. He said, I just want to make sure you're fine. And they said, no, we want to make sure you're okay. So he says, I've already made that choice by being here. So please, I just want you to know that you're not alone. Now, this is what he was doing, you know, rushing from one area to the other. Where was Akhilesh Yadav? He was nowhere to
मैंने
be seen.
औरतों को अपना राशन दिखाते हुए देखा है उन्होंने राशन दिखाया है चावल दाल नमक Radhika, ration in villages is a massive success.
No, not only did the rations come along with chana dal,
Dal and
tel. Yeah, but you know, Maria, as I was touring the rural areas, I came across Labharti Vistaraks, drawn from the BJP, whose only job was to check, cross-verify whether the beneficiaries had indeed got these rations, and if the condition of the rations was okay or not, because a few complaints did trickle in about adulteration and so on. So that was the kind of vigil that the BJP maintained consistently over some of these schemes. And that seemed to have helped because, it wasn't just about last mile.
Yes.
Delivery was also about cross-verification.
The party is working as an extended wing of the government here, where the government is deciding the policy, but the party and its workers and the booth managers are ensuring कि सबको जो मिलना चाहिए वो मिला है या नहीं. That is what, it's like a coordinated effort of the party and the government. Yes, Shantanu.
In fact, the party has a list of almost 3.4 beneficiaries and they've given it to MLA wise and MLA made sure they go to their house and say कि आपके चूल्हे पे चाय पियेंगे आज, right? कि आज आपका हमारे लिए खाना बना के आइए, क्या टॉयलेट बना है क्या, उसमें पानी आ रहा है क्या? So this beneficiary, I keep saying it's a new caste that people visit a particular community. Now they're visiting a beneficiary committee and MLA wise MLA they did that.
वे grouping कहिए, caste मत कहिए, ये caste वाला political lexicon से हटा देना चाहिए भाई, ये बहुत ज़्यादा and the fact of the matter is that this casteism now is now got into everybody. अब दलितों का, सिखों में भी दलित निकाल दिया, क्रिश्चियनों में भी दलित निकाल दिया, सब जगह ये casteism का line चल रहा है, ये lexicon बदलने की ज़रूरत है. Nalin, you had a point to make. You got to take a break, but yes, Nalin, quickly.
Add to what Shantanu is saying, this Labharati Sammelans, this idea of Labharatis started 5 or 6 years back. The BJP's local leaders would go with lists.
Is your mic down? Do you have your mic on you? Do you have your mic on you? I can't hear you clearly. Can you just pick your mic up, plug it in and then complete?
I'm sorry about that. So what I was saying was that this idea of the Labharati Sammelans started about 4 or 5 years back. So the party would depute people with lists. See, a lot of government spend money on development. This is different with direct benefit transfer thing, but the BJP built a layer of political mobilization which was targeted. And I have heard recordings of the BJP's call centers where they would call the Panna Pramukh and call the local guy and say, you have claimed कि यहाँ पे इतला भारतीयों से हमने बात करी. We called them and they said आपने हमसे बात नहीं करी. So they would be held accountable. So this system, there'll always be flaws in a system like that. But a very detailed, scaled-up system was set up for this.
It's like a CCTV कि कोई ना कोई कभी ना कभी तो देख रहा है और कभी ना कभी आपको पकड़ लेगा. So there is some monitoring that is happening. We got to take a very, very short break. नहीं तो जो हमको देख रहा है वो हमको कहेंगे, sir, break low. That's what will happen. We're going to take a short break. Stay with us.